After numerous leaks over the past couple of months, Warner Brothers Games has finally revealed its own crossover platform fighter called MultiVersus.
MultiVersus!
The platform fighter has a crazy roster of WB's vast library of properties, including DC Comics, Looney Tunes, Cartoon Network.
And this guy.
First game, yeah, for those watching the video, Mike. It's the first game from the developers Player First Games, coming in 2022 for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series. Note that I didn't say Switch. We'll cover that soon. Built from the ground up for 2v2 play, teammates can combine abilities. It will be free to play with crossplay and dedicated servers with rollback netcode. I'm doing the praise hands. Praise to Jesus. It contains many of the original voice actors. Yes. Levels include Batman's Batcave, Finn and Jake's Tree Fort. There's skins, customizable movesets. There'll be seasons, battle passes, all the kind of things you'd expect from free-to-play game. So do you want to quickly cover the roster, Swinny?
Yeah, sure. So this is the roster that they've officially announced, and there's a couple that we pretty much know are on its way. So we've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all from DC, as well as Harley Quinn from DC. We've got Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, which I'm excited to talk about. Got Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry. We've got Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, which is kind of shocking. I'll also come back to that. We've got Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. We've got Steven Universe and Garnet from Steven Universe, which I think is awesome. And we've got an original character called Rain Dog that is actually like, people like, I'm maining Rain Dog now. It's actually funny.
Or Rain Dog.
But the previous leaked roster also that we've seen before also includes Rick from Rick and Morty and Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings. So that's obviously across a whole range of properties. But Warner Brothers have a lot of properties under their current umbrella. So we mentioned DC Comics, Looney Tunes, but they've anything from Cartoon Network, anything from Adult Swim. They've already taken likely taking Gandalf from New Line Cinemas, but even underneath that, you've got The Mask, you've got Friday the 13th. Like, they could combine any of these characters.
Wait, and our favorite, and Joe Jives' favorite, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber,
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mortal
Players,
Kombat,
Harry
because he's a
Lloyd.
big fan of Mortal Kombat as well.
Well,
Also that, but more so Dumb and Dumber.
Well, I'll come back to Mortal Kombat in a second, but even Warner Pictures themselves, like Harry Potter, I don't think they'll probably bring Harry Potter in, but that's under their banner. They've got the whole MonsterVerse thing, so everything to do with, like Frankenstein's monster and Dracula and all that, The Matrix, Blade Runner, lots of potential properties. But they've also got WB Games, so that's where NetherRealm Studios and Mortal Kombat that you mentioned. But the interesting thing with that is you'd assume that Mortal Kombat wouldn't be an easy thing to throw in here, but we don't know potentially what's happening with them maybe off-selling some of, like, we don't know. There was talk months ago about them getting rid of a lot of their game divisions. So I don't know. Maybe they'll probably play it a bit careful with Mortal Kombat in case they decide to sell NetherRealm. So, but the big thing for me is, well, it's like, not the big thing. I'd say the interesting thing for me is Arya Stark here, because the rest of the characters are all like, okay, Batman's done some bad things, but he's still Batman, right? He's still a relatively kid-friendly character that you can throw in. But Arya Stark, I'm not going to spoil anything from Game of Thrones here, but like, that character does some seriously screwed up stuff. As much as they're still a kind of like a hero character. And it just feels weird to throw them in this game. Like, it just feels really weird. Like, I wish I could talk about the examples, but it would be spoilery for the show.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like
really screwed up stuff.
I think it's even weirder that Doomslayer is in Smash. When you think about like Doom and how extreme that is, and then Nintendo, like in their
Look, I agree with that, but there's something about Arya Stark.
Maybe, but
I wish I could say it, but it would be spoilery.
I know.
No, don't spoil me.
But can I just say, like, the one that threw me when the leaks happen, and I feel like these two characters, Rick and the one that I'm about to say, are almost guaranteed because you look at the leak, they've already rendered the models. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, that just seems so weird to me. I don't know why, but it just seems bizarre. It's like taking a
but
character from Shakespeare or something like that. I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. That one always
I
throws
think
me.
they all fit. I mean, I think that first of all,
They
I
all
think the
fit. It's
name
pretty
is
much
really
just
cool.
put anything in, really.
Well, exactly.
you
You
say
can
they
put
all
whatever the hell you
fit.
want in these kind of games.
Yeah.
You know, there's no restriction. But I think first of all, I love the name MultiVersus.
Oh no, I don't like it. Okay,
You don't like it?
interesting. No.
I love it because it's about a multiverse of characters
get it.
coming together. I know you get it, but I'm just saying I think it's a cool name. I think it's funny, and it's crazy how open it is. This just the sheer amount of characters. And look, personally, maybe because I grew up on this and it's more mainstream, I'm more excited about something like this than the latest Smash character that I have no idea who that character is. Like, I just don't play some of those games
Sora.
to go,
What game
oh,
is it?
I'm excited to play a
Doomslayer.
Sora. Doomslayer, maybe. I kind of get some of those. But there's a lot of those that I don't, like Marth. I don't have any affinity
fair
to
enough,
those characters,
fair
right?
enough,
So, whereas with this, there's just so many different characters that I think a lot more people,
Yeah, Rain Dog.
a big, broader Rain Dog, the new original character. I'm pretty excited about this. I just hope they get the Lloyd and Harry from Dumb and Dumber.
But
that's all I want.
all of
Then I'll
those
play the game.
characters are going to be paid characters. That's the thing, though.
I'll pay for it.
Really, really.
Yeah, and I'll call this out
Jesus.
now. If you can get those as DLC characters. Because one thing that I think is worth mentioning in this, it's a 2v2 game. So it's not.
Let's cover that. Let's cover that in a second.
Yeah.
But
So
I want to box you in because you are the king of like BS claims and then never.
No.
There,
right? I
regardless of the
try to-
price and how shit the game is, if they add any character from Dumb and Dumber, you're buying it. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So if it's $50,
and
wait. I want to clarify. If it's $50,
it's
you'll
$50,
buy it.
yes.
And it's the
And here's
shittest
the
game
thing,
ever. And it's a mobile. Okay.
I don't care if Joe Jives has it.
Not
if Joe Jives has the game.
No, you will get it.
No. This is on
Regardless.
top of if Joe Jives has the game, I will buy that character for him as well, so we can play co-op against you guys, and one of us can be Harry and the other one can be Lloyd.
Before we get too far away to characters and get to 2v2, I just want to mention, right? We mentioned before the fact that they've got a lot of the official voice actors, which is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. You got Matthew Lillard. Is voicing Shaggy, which is great. Kevin Conroy from Batman Animated Series.
That's the big one. That's the iconic Batman for me.
You got John DiMaggio doing Finn from Jake from Adventure Time. Like, these voices are iconic.
Jim Carrey doing Lloyd.
Yeah, but even Maisie Williams. From
That's
Game
crazy.
Of Thrones.
That is actually insane.
It is awesome.
How far has her career gone down? She's happy to do a video game.
But yeah, as you're mentioning and leading into, this game is very much, and the title alludes to it, like from the beginning of the trailer that they showed off, focusing on 2v2, which doubles in the Smash scene is a thing, right? Definitely a thing, but it's interesting that they're kind of differentiating in that area from the beginning. Now, just to clarify, the game also allows for free-for-alls and 1v1, so it's not going to stop that. But it is an interesting take, I think.
But don't you think that's intentional, so people don't roll their eyes and go, oh, here we go, another one of these games?
I don't understand it, honestly. Like, I think the fact that it's a free-to-play game, I don't think you're grabbing people because of the 2v2 thing. I think it's free to play if it has early buzz. It's got amazing characters, amazing roster. I feel like the game would stand up on its own. It's actually a massive detriment to me personally. Like, if the game doesn't play well 1v1, I'm gonna be a bit I'm just thinking about you and I, Swinny, right? Like, I don't want to play with you. I want to play against you, you know? So I just don't really get it in that way. Because everything else is amazing in terms of like the rollback netcode. I'm a bit hesitant around the free-to-play element. Like, but I just wonder if it's going to be free-to-play like Fortnite, which is fine. Like, you know, people can play Fortnite. They don't have to pay anything. You know, that's a pretty decent model. But there's other free-to-play games more in the mobile space, which are just horrible, right? So that's the part that I'm not so sure about.
And I mean, this is an untested developer. They say that they're made up of industry veterans, like a lot of new studios are. But also, unlike something like, Nickelodeon Brawl, you don't have that history with the developers working on this kind of genre.
You don't have history with Tony Hewan?
And No, but these
Homeboy
people are
Tony.
like,
Tony.
these people are like veteran
Tojo.
developers. That's not a lie. I mean, just as you talk about Nick All-Star Brawl, it is such a shame that game doesn't have VO. Like, it would benefit even more, in my opinion, than this game does from it. Because, you know, they're all cartoon characters. So it's like, you know, they're so iconic, the voices. I do have a sneaky suspicion they'll add it back into that game. And I think this will help them, actually, with that conversation. So hopefully it happens as well.
But the biggest thing for me, the most important thing, is Shaggy.
Mhm. Tell us
fact
more
that-
about yeah.
Now, Warner Brothers, they've played into memes before. I think they had a cameo of Big Chungus in the latest Space Jam.
They
I think I
did.
saw
They
like
did.
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But having Ultra Instinct Shaggy, and they actually have an origin story they've outlined for him. Can I please
Yeah, go on.
explain some of
Yes,
this origin story?
please. Yeah.
To explain the fact that he actually has powers, like Dragon Ball style powers. The last thing Shaggy remembers before the change was exploring another spooky old mansion with his pal Scoob, just like any other day with the gang. He found a strange glowing crystal and, thinking it was rock candy, went to take a bite. There was a flash and then blackness. When he came to, he found himself in possession of incredible powers. He doesn't know where they came from or how they work, but he's vowed to use them to vanquish evil and protect the little guy as soon as he gets some lunch.
That's not bad writing,
I think they gave the fact that they gave Ultra Instinct Shaggy, a mean character, a background to explain it is amazing. It's kind of made me
cool.
love this game already.
I'm looking forward to playing it. 'Cause it's free. I mean, whenever it's free, it's a really interesting kind of like proposition, right? It's a question about your time completely, right? Like, do you want to dedicate your time? I mean, I know we're all time poor, but you know, do you want to try to scrounge up that time, save it up, and spend it? So I like how Mike's getting pissed off.
I'm not. I'm fine. Now I was just thinking.
Can I just say
yeah.
something quickly? I
Yeah.
hope to God that they charge like $50
Hey,
the Dumb and
hey.
Dumber characters. That would
I gotta do it.
Jesus.
I said I'll do it again, and that's 50 times 2 because I gotta buy one for Joe.
Because you know
Joe
that some of
Jabs
these
as well.
characters, like in Fortnite, are like $30 just for the skin.
Yeah,
That's
it is what it
normal
is.
industry
It is what
practice.
it is. I'm a man of my word.
You're gonna spend $100. That's gonna be awesome.
Probably.
But last thing I wanted to say, and then I'll throw it to you, Swinny, for any last words, is I just don't think it looks that good. Like the graphics, I think the style looks pretty shit, to be honest.
Really?
I think it looks better than I was expecting after hearing some people say that it looks cheap. But I've watched, I think it was Maximilian Dude was saying he actually sped the trailer up to like 1.25 speed, and it looks like the game is running at normal speed when it's actually increased. So there is some potential that for the trailer themselves have actually slowed it down. So I think it looks a bit slow, but I think when you put it at that, so it looks like it's actually running at a normal frame rate when you do that. So
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Well, maybe you
Anyway.
guys are just used to the speed of Smash. I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
a thing as well.
All
It
right,
looked
well-
okay to me as someone who's not familiar with these kind of games.
Oh, now I'm really looking forward to this game coming out and the DLC.
You just want me to waste money. That's all it is.
You've signed up to it on your own volition. All right, moving on to our next story. Swinny,